Hi everyone, it's Sally again. Now we're going to get down to it. We're going to start things. Thank you for watching the video, by the way. Very important. So week one, let me try to get over here. I'm trying to make my cursor move where I want it. Week one, we have just a couple things we need to do. One, you need to check out the resources. I always break it down into resources and assignments. And sometimes I'll have alternative resources or suggested resources as well that I'll put in a separate thing, meaning you don't have to do them, but I think they're important enough to include. I think that they're either going to help you down the road or they might be interesting to you. I promise I will never just load these up with things that aren't useful in some way. So if they're under optional, I'd give them a look. You don't have to dig into them in depth if you're not interested, but I'd give them a shot before you ruled them out. Anyway, so this week, your resources are this link to this video, and we call it the squeaky video.
We're at Link. We
have to get past that
amazing new website with
that advertisement
now, we know that having a great
as soon as we can, and then see why I call it the squeaky video. Well, it's only 11 minutes long. Remember, you can hit pause as you watch it and take notes. Then this is an article that you'll be looking at. It's sort of a, sorry, not the way I moved it. It's sort of a pain to read because it has all this other stuff on it. It's only like a page and a half long, so it's a quick read. So you can ignore the advertisements that are around it, but you're just reading the text. When you read both of these, what you're looking at is, do these two people problematize or do they list problems? So our first discussion forum, there's an introductory forum before it. Our first discussion forum, you'll click on it. For all of the discussion forums, they're in question answer form, meaning to get credit you have to click on my question first. And this says read and reply to this. So you know which one to click on, right? And then I'll have a series of questions there for you. And this says you have three options. You can either reply only talking about Robinson, only talking about Samuelson, or you can apply to both of them. And it has questions and it has due dates. When you go to answer this, you'll hit reply. I could hit reply. And you'll put in that first answer you have has to be over 3 paragraphs long and use at least one quote. But it can use more, but it has to have at least one. And then you'll hit post to forum. Because they take a long time, I suggest you type them somewhere else and copy and paste them in. Don't do it this way. Don't add them as an attachment. Like literally put the text here. I want the words here. More than 3 paragraphs with some quotes right there in that box before you hit post the forum. Once you do that, you're still going to have to wait before you see everybody else's posts. They won't just automatically jump up and be there for you. So if you wait to the very last minute to do things, you're not going to be able to reply to other people's. You need to wait at least 10 to 30 minutes after you post to be able to see anybody else's. So remember that when you go to post. To walk you through it a little bit, we can look at the first discussion forum. I saved one out here. The first discussion forum you do, this introductory forum, it's due Tuesday. It says, let's introduce ourselves. And it has this thing saying, look, it's hard to get to know people. Let's tell me a little bit about yourself, basically. And this one's due by Tuesday. If you're going to do this, like I'm going to walk through how I would do it, I want to hit reply. This is step 1. I hit reply. Now, here's the big deal. Up here, it's automatically in the subject going to put the repeat of whatever I said. Don't leave that there. Change it. Make it individual. I will know if you listen to this video by this line. Change this line. Don't leave it. So I'm going to say, hi, I'm Sally. Okay, that's not very creative, but you got it. And I have my stuff all typed up, so I can just hit Control V and boom, there it is. Introducing myself to everybody. Now, I want a picture. I'd like 5 or 6. The easiest way I know to get a picture on here is to go to this, choose a file, and you're about to see all the pictures on Earth that I have. There's a spot over here in your inventory that says pictures, and this is how I know to get to mine. Look, I have lots and lots of pictures. Yay! I hope nothing really embarrassing comes up there. And I'm throwing a picture, not the most flattering picture. I'm throwing a picture of my, well, you'll see in just a second. I'm throwing a picture of myself. This is me, my granddaughter, and my daughter, my granddaughter's aunt. All of them live with me, so I'm going to hit post to forum, and when I do this, it puts their picture really big there at the bottom, or our picture really big at the bottom. Check this out. Now this is not a flattering picture. I get it. Did you see all my chins over here? I'm not looking great. My eyes are squinted. Poor Nevaeh had a runny nose, so she's all red here. This is not a perfect picture. We're people. I come from, we're people. And when we're posting on the forum, some of our things are going to be prettier than others. This is not the prettiest picture, but it's really who we are at this point. I'm trusting that you'll accept me as a person, flaws and all, and know that I accept you as a person, and I hope your classmates accept you as people, and we're not perfect right now, and that's okay. Okay, so that's how it looks. Thing to remember there was to change, when you hit reply, change the heading underneath it. All right, another thing I would suggest, since this is week 1, we are going to be reading loads of things, right? I'm going to give you a lot of videos. I'm going to give you a lot of things to read and consider. It's hard to remember them all. So I would suggest this. I would suggest you go to Drive, create a new document, and it's sort of slow today, but English 111 reading log, or reading notes, whatever you want to call it. And then everybody we read, whoops, not up there. Everybody we read, hello, down here. Put them in there. Just give yourself some notes, something to remember. Squeaky video talks about many flaws of the current education system. Specifically, it points out, now these are your notes, you can write whatever you want in there. But you don't have to write tons, it doesn't have to be in sentences, it doesn't have to be spelled right, it just has to be your way to remember them all. But I would say specifically some things they talk about. Like, I know he talks about collaborative learning, working together to learn. He talks about interest and outdated methods. I would just try to get something that stands out to you in each of these. These are your notes. You will have them. So after you go back to your Drive, you can do recent, and boom, the first one the most recent one is my English reading log, or English 111 reading log. I'm not grading you on these. I'm never going to collect these from you. I'm just saying, man, I've taught this a long time, and this only takes a few extra seconds. So I'd strongly recommend it. One of my recommendations is somebody who's done this for a long time. Take it or leave it. All right. So this week, you have a couple things to do. You have these 2 resources. I'm going to add one more video down here under optional. Then you have 2 forums to do. This one's by Tuesday. This one's by Thursday. Steps 2 and 3 are due by Saturday, 1/13 at 11 p.m. Steps 2 and 3. So step 1 is your first response. Step 2 is reading your classmates. Read as many as you have time for, but at least respond to 3 or more of them. Then check back in before Saturday and see who responded to you and reply back. You need 6 step 2s and step 3s. They could all be step 2s if you wanted. You could reply to 6 other people. You're done. Boom. You could reply to 2 people and then respond back to 4 who responded to you, if that happened to work out for you. You could just go back and forth with the same person for 7 times. I'm just going to count how many times you're interacting with people. The more, the better, obviously. You need to get to know these people. This is the only way you have to get to know them. Figure out how they talk, what they think about, how serious they are, who you want to work with in the future. And this is how we start that. What else could I tell you before we go? I could remind you to get a hold of me. Text. Usually I have my phone in my hand at all times. I forgot it today and it's driving me crazy. But you can text me or you can email me at any time. I'm available. And I'll get the next couple weeks open probably soon, probably this weekend. That's the other thing. Due dates. Look, your due date for this is Thursday, and your due date for this is 1/9. That doesn't mean that's the time you have to do it. Hey, if you open this up Friday night, do it Friday night. Do it Saturday. Do it Sunday. Do it Monday. You don't have to wait till Tuesday to do it. There's nothing about due dates that says you have to do it at that last minute. Please don't, because at the last minute something's going to happen. You're going to drop I don't want to jinx anybody, but things will happen. Things can happen. So don't wait till the last minute. Try not to wait till the last minute. Always try to get ahead, and I will help you with that by trying to make sure things are opened ahead. I want to help you. We're going to do well. This is going to be a great semester. We're going to get to know each other. I'm looking forward to it. Talk to you again soon.